Hey YouTubers, it's Steve again, broadcasting from Rescape. I think it's week 10, or no, week 11. I think I got the right week this time. It's week 11. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos on Rescape, this is my cat Glow. She likes to jump in my lap all the time for no reason. And this channel basically seeks to aid or benefit people by making them aware or bringing to their attention their fundamental perception of reality, and in doing so giving them the opportunity to change that in a safe manner if they wish to do so, and then reap benefits from altering that and how they live their lives and then what they experience in their lifetime and maybe future lifetimes. But today I'm going to be doing a video on, I'm going to be titling, I believe, In Process or The Process, and this is going to overlap with some other videos, too numerous to count. If you haven't seen On Wholeness, you just need to watch that before all my videos. But basically, this is going to be like, I think I did one on an identity crisis. Some of that will come into this one. There was an alignment talking about being content with not having things that you might want to have. I think that was the first alignment video I did. But anyway, the reason that, as far as understanding your fundamental perception of reality is important in the idea of process or processing, is that the normal way people interact with the universe from an individual standpoint is, let's say you're sitting in a room, like I'm sitting in a room right now, and there's a door in that corner. Now that door is slightly open and it is not moving. It is just cracked open a little bit, or a significant amount, and it's staying that way because there's nothing over there affecting it. So it's still, except it's not still, because if it was still, it wouldn't exist, because it is processing through time. Like if there's a flow of time, anything that is still is aging to some extent. It may be very slowly, maybe you'll never see it. You know, you leave, maybe like, it's a building, and the building's going to decay in time, maybe 100, 200 years, and won't be there anymore because it'll be a rundown shack of metal and wood. But for right now, it's very still, and so you think it's still, but it's not. And what you have to understand is the way we view the universe on the most fundamental level, everything is in process. Now, if it's in process in motion, that's easy to understand because it's moving, unless you're moving in the same correspondence or vantage of it, and then it'll look like it's being still. So if you check out my earlier videos on the present moment, when you're in the present moment, it's obvious everything's in process, even things that are still are in process, because your mind is still. So things like, if I see the door over there and it doesn't, looks like it's not open, it's not open, it's not shut, and it's just staying that way. If I put my mind in the present moment like that, what I'm noticing now is the door is remaining still, and it's the remainingness of it not moving. Like, that's what comes to mind. Now, when you understand everything's a process, then the question becomes, and this is true with energetics, whenever you need to alter something, there's only one time you can alter it, and it's in the present moment. So if you were to make a decision to do something, it has to be made in the present moment. At least very briefly, your mind has to be in the present moment to make a decision. I'm sure we've all experienced times like you're hungry, but you're busy doing something, maybe like a project or writing something, and then an hour will go by and you're like, oh yeah, I was meaning to eat, I'm hungry, but you didn't, because you were intending to eat in the future, maybe the beginning of the paper that you were writing. An hour goes by and you're halfway through your paper and you haven't eaten yet and you're even more hungry, but you didn't make the decision to go eat in the present moment, so it came and went. So the future date that you decided, that's how procrastination is. You decide to do something in the future and then you never do. It's always being put off. Or if you wait too long, if you decide to do something like in a fight, you decide to punch someone, but you're thinking about punching them, and then your hand starts to punch them after you think about punching them, well, now they've already clocked you on the side of the face and the fight's over. But if you made the decision to punch them in the present moment, well, now they're clocked in the face and you don't even remember how you did it. So the present moment is very important that way, but with processing things and to really be in the immediacy of how things are processing, you really need to be in the present moment to see that view, that standpoint where everything is moving around you and processed around you, because you're still and you're not moving through the course of time with everything else, so everything else appears to be still. Because you could say they're both true, but if you're going to escape your fundamental perception of reality, the foundation, like what you need to be able to go back to, is to see everything in a process and you be still. That would be the unbiased, objective way to view things that nobody seems to view or seems to know how to view it that way. So if you're watching this channel, maybe that'll give you an idea. So you can go check out the present moment and like really learn how to meditate and get to the point where your mind is completely still. And you can watch my video on the present moment for more about that, or post in the comments if you have any questions. We can talk individually. Okay, so now with being in process, now in first world countries, especially the United States, with commercials, educational system, media, however you want to come across, we are encouraged to want results. And even as I say that, it'd be like, well, what's wrong with results? Well, the problem with wanting results is because if you emphasize results over the process required to obtain the results, is you won't get them. So you'll have people like going out on diets to lose 20 pounds or whatever, and then they don't stay on the diet because they're focused on losing the weight, but they're not focused on the process of how to go about losing weight. And what you have to understand is that if you are focused only on the process and you don't even think about the result, you will get the result. If you focus only on the result, you won't be in the process and you won't get the result. So it's a no-brainer here that we're taught to focus on results, which would get you nothing. And if we were taught, and what I believe is to be the correct fundamental perception reality, if we were taught to focus on the process to get results, then and we don't worry about the results, but we focus on the process, we'll always get the results. Because even if it's really hard, or if it takes a long time, or you hit setbacks, it doesn't matter, because if you're not focused on the results, if you get set back, well, now it's going to take a little bit longer. Sorry, it's my cat again. But you'll just keep on going, and it doesn't matter. I mean, the only really thing, if you just focus on the process, the only thing that can stop you is if you die, or you change your mind, and now you're on a different process. But you're aware that you're on a different process now. So it's really a powerful thing when you understand and you're able to let go of result. And like that might sound like a sin, to what our culture is of like, oh, but you got to graduate from college, or you got to do this or that, and but the liberating thing is when you no longer have to do those things and you can just be at peace in the process and not worry about the results. The results will come so much more, and it'll be less effort, and it'll be a more happy, joyful life. And with processes of any kind, whatever process you're deciding to do on any level of your life, it's always in the present moment. Like that's what the present moment is. If there's a process, it has to be processing now. So let's say, for example, you want to be a more confident person. So, well, the first thing that you just did is you put a result, and so, but that's okay. Let's say you have a process of like how you're going to become a more confident person. Now the next question is, why do you want that result, or why are you maintaining that process? Because if you have, and again, you can check my video out on purpose. It's a video on purpose, and it'll tell you if you make your reason not a reason in line with your core fundamental perception reality, it won't last. And so you have to ask, why do I want to be a confident person? And then whatever that why or that reason is, that's what's going to allow you to maintain the process to become confident. So let's say, well, I want to become confident because I want people to like me. So, well, why do you want people to like you? It's like, because I want to be happy. And then the question is, well, why can you be happy without having people like you and therefore not needing to be confident? And then if you can get to that place, that is the process to become confident, because now you're in the process of being happy without needing the result, needing people to like you, needing to be confident. And when you don't need people to like you anymore, you're not trying to please anybody. And so now you're completely free, and that is the essence of confidence, is just that you are being yourself, independent of what other people feel or may judge of you, because it no longer matters at that point. So now you've got the result by being in the process of not wanting the result, and you got that way because you had the core reason maintaining the process founded in who you are as your identity, which is being confident. Like if you want to be a confident person, just acknowledge that you are a confident person, and then that fundamental perception reality will manifest it into what is actual through the steps that I just gave forth. So, and and most people, like if you say, well, what's your ultimate goal, is to live a long or happy life. Well, long's in the future, so that's a result. But then happy, why can't you be happy right now? And then the process of being happy means that you're always happy, or you're happy right now, outside of the results. So if you can maintain that, then you're maintaining the result is the process is the result. You want to be happy. Well, being happy is a process, and so now you have something self-sustaining to build off of. So this is getting kind of complicated, and I'm not really laying it down like in precise organizational order, but basically what it comes down to is, if you can't be what you want to be or have what you want to have right now, the process to get the results that you want involves you being happy right now and having what you want right now, and being okay with right now. Because if your right now is deficient, that hampers the process to get the results that you think that will make you happy right now, or make the process. So basically, you're shooting yourself in the foot to get the results that you would be getting if you didn't need them to begin with. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically, the process is more important than results. Don't worry about the results; they'll happen. You can do that by maintaining the present moment. Only in the present moment can you make decisions to change the process. And if you're not sure, just ask yourself why. Just go why, and just break it down to the core reason. And when you can maintain that core reason in the present moment, that is the process to get the result that you started asking for. So I think that's it for today. My name's Steve Robertson. This is Rescape. And if you guys have any questions, post in the comments. And I will see you next week. Okay, bye.